I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Dann mache ich das eben. Achso, du bist schon dabei. Okay, alles klar. Der Pimp macht gerade die Zusammenfassung. Dann kann ich noch den Spannungsbogen aufrechthalten. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says it's true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. So the memories you took us, our life at Hope's Peak.
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Und da es jetzt um Yasuhiro geht, glaube ich, weiß ich, welchen Beweis wir jetzt brauchen.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Falsch.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing!
Renoa wacht gerade auf und das erste, was sie sieht, ist Genocider GER.
No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
Sie hat uns sogar einen wichtigen Teil beigetragen, gerade die Gute.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on?
Mag sie ehrlich gesagt in seinem Room haben.
How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, You made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Raid Shahu.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Where our memories come apart. You're talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall, when I fainted.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
Der ganz am Anfang des
When I first
Spiels.
came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Die Spiele gibt es übrigens auch als Trilogie für die PS4.
So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
Ist das dann der Haru-Droid? Haru 01?
Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
Da kommt der erste Teil der
You're the one who
Zusammenfassung.
set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
Da ist er wieder, der Haru-Droid.
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception.
Nee, war alles gut. Alles das Wesentliche ist drin.
The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter!
Das haben wir doch schon mal gehört.
I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here. Der Headmaster.
I got it.
Der hat davon gesprochen.
Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world was... Okay, es kann nur... Aha. Hijacking.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
You expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Truth? Full of despair? That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay?
You're totally awesome, right?
Moin,
We
Tex.
get it already! So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you, for the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Würdet ihr dann bitte auch diese Fachbegriffe, die ihr da gerade rumschmeißt, auch für die übersetzen, die es nicht wissen?
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
You mean, we'd
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. one of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down. Makoto, you're up.
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto,
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it!
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
one person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end.
And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone, I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Ich nutze Nitro auch nicht mehr.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
Nice.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to
Ich muss sie
die,
alle übersetzen.
that would be the
Ich
end
muss
of
sie
Hope's
alle
Peak Academy.
unterstützen. Wie in einem Anime.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right?
Er will gleich noch zum Super Saiyajin, pass
So
auf.
even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here.
Und dafür muss ich mal eben kurz einen hier reinsetzen. Moment.
The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Nice.
By the way, the air outside is the only reason we're out is thanks to the air purifier. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
if I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I've decided.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
all of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Hör auf zu zweifeln, Byakuya.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Geil, dass die Musik sich jetzt ändert.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my Master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Nein, Kyoko. Wir
Don't
schaffen
lose hope
es.
now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of.
Ja,
He would never want us
das
to
meinte ich ja
abandon
jetzt gerade.
Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
Gefällt mir.
What the hell are you?
Maschinen.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Das Lied war von den Black Eyed Peas und ist schon etwas älter.
Lame, 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 lame!
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. Ich habe das Gefühl, dass jetzt gleich der finale Schlag kommt. But I still. Moment of truth.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You're unbearable!
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Suffer from despair.
The ultimate hope!
Hope keeps on going. I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
I think we have shaved you. Let's fucking do it! Yoo-hoo!
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Danke, danke.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing
Ui, toll.
with our own hands.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way!
Well, that's just...
It can't be! You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end.
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world of the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest great despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
So are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto will totally seduce us over to his side. Everyone,
hey,
you said that despair is contagious as any disease.
however,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko!
No.
Ah! Stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making! To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last
Fine.
thing.
Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin of my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that you still plan to cling to your hope. Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? Darf ich da gleich am Ende was zu sagen? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life, so...
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oder wenn alles aufgezogen war. The ultimate punishment. The 1000 blows. The cage of death. The burning of Versailles witch. Excavator destroyer. Blast off. After school lesson. Oops. Emergency override. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. The end. You received the Monokuma Hairtie. Wir speichern. Auf jeden Fall. Nice. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. The epilogue. Okay. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue, before the final ending. We were stuck here in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. Ich bin sofort wieder da. So, da ist er wieder. Die Patapon-Trommel. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
Sei froh, dass es nicht seine Kabeltrommel ist.
In other words,
I will force you out, she said. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here. But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up. Huh? Where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and my master can get married. And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby.
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end I think part of me still thinks
For serious?
maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it is so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward, no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
you got it!
Well, my first step is gonna be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops or donuts?
Okay.
I just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. Huh? I get it now. There's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation, fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin.
Woo!
Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto,
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone. Even if the world is steeped in despair. As long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's a few of us, we are so small, so what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as
Können
well
wir
do
bitte
it
bei
with a smile on our
Danganronpa
face.
bleiben? Jetzt gerade ist es etwas unangebracht.
Hey guys, You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still. It does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Noch ein Room? Ich glaube nicht. Ja. So. Dann kommen wir mal zu meiner kompletten Zusammenfassung. Ich denke, da wird noch was kommen am Ende. Ja. Ich fand das Spiel großartig. Also auch jetzt die letztendliche Wandlung. Auch wenn es natürlich ein bisschen, ja, wie soll ich sagen, ein bisschen überraschend für einige kam. Ich hatte schon so während des 4. Falls hat man, glaube ich, bei mir gefühlt, dass ich das schon irgendwie so ein bisschen durchblickt habe. Gerade mit diesen ganzen Anspielungen in Hinblick auf die Schule und was da alles gewesen ist. Ich fand die Story wirklich großartig. Auch eben halt die Fälle. Jeder Fall für sich war super. Und die ganzen Dinge, die da sich abgespielt haben, die ganzen Fälle an sich haben immer noch mal jedem Charakter, der irgendwie tiefer beteiligt war, ein bisschen Tiefe gegeben. Bis auf leider am ersten Fall. Wir haben leider von Leon nicht allzu viel erfahren. Aber wie gesagt, wir haben sehr, sehr viele Dinge über die Leute erfahren, die dort drin sind. Und in meinen Augen hat es bis auf zwei Personen auch die richtigen erwischt, die rausgekommen sind. Also, ich finde, man hätte schon irgendwie durchgreifen sollen, als Toko in ihrer Verwandlung Aoi angegriffen hat. Das störte mich auf jeden Fall, dass man da hätte durchgreifen müssen. Und eben halt die Person, die das Ganze wie von Anfang an wie ein Spiel gesehen hat, sich zwar ein bisschen gefangen hat. Ja, das wissen wir, Tex. Die Person, die sich da gewandelt hat, nämlich, wie heißt er? Byakuya, er hat sich ja ein bisschen gewandelt. Er war am Anfang, war ja wirklich nur auf dieses Spiel aus. Er hat es wie so ein Zero-Sum-Game gesehen. Und er wollte da irgendwie immer als Sieger vorausgehen, weil er ja als Togami-Erbe ein Sieger war. Nee, nicht der. Der mit der Brille. Der war ja unbedingt immer als Sieger, wollte er da rausgehen. Und ich finde, den hätte es irgendwo auch erwischen können an einer Stelle. Aber letztendlich fand ich gut, dass Aoi rausgekommen ist. Ich fand gut, dass Makoto und Kyoko, gerade Kyoko rausgekommen ist. Kyoko war uns eine riesige Hilfe während der ganzen Geschichte. Und Kyoko hat auch in meinen Augen einen der besten Charaktere in diesem Spiel. Makoto mal rausgenommen, wäre eigentlich Kyoko der beste Charakter in diesem Spiel. Und diese Wandlung mit Junko am Ende. Mit Junko, dass es auf einmal Junko war und dass Mukuro da der 16. Charakter war. Das war auch eine geniale Wandlung, auch wenn ich, als ich das erste Mal gesehen habe, wir haben den 16. da, ich schon gedacht habe, dass das eventuell von der Mastermind sowohl als auch. Sowohl als auch, Haru. Aber das kann man, wenn du dir das angucken möchtest, du wirst es auf jeden Fall herausfinden. Auch dieses optionale Ending, was wir uns angeguckt haben, das war ja auch sehr verstörend. Wir haben ja das optionale Ending noch gefunden. Und insgesamt ist dieses Spiel wirklich jedenfalls spielenswert. Ich werde gleich, wenn das Ganze hier vorbei ist, einmal kurz was bei How Long to Beat nachgucken. Um dann, das weiß ich ja noch nicht. Deswegen muss ich jetzt gleich was nachgucken. Weil ich hatte ursprünglich geplant, nach diesem Teil jetzt den ersten Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney zu machen. Und dann eben mal den ersten Zero Escape zu machen. Aber ich gucke gleich mal was nach. Ansonsten fangen wir heute schon den nächsten Teil an. Je nachdem, was heute eben halt noch passt. Von der Zeit her. Und dann passe ich auch den Streamingplan an. Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass wir so gut hier durchkommen. Man muss aber auch dazu sagen, das Spiel hat in jedem Fall, in dem wir drin waren, in den Aussagen, waren immer sehr, sehr viele Hilfen drin. Natürlich danke ich dem guten Toni, der heute nicht da ist, und auch dem guten Pimp, die zwischendurch immer zusammengefasst haben. Für diejenigen, die dem Englischen nicht so, die dem Englischen nicht so mächtig sind, dass da immer eine Zusammenfassung geschrieben wurde. Und was noch dazu kommt, natürlich die ganzen anderen Dinge, die wir hier erlebt haben. Auch die Leute, die immer reingeschaut haben, die Zeit genommen haben, gerade um diese frühe Uhrzeit morgens eben reinzugucken. Das ist ja auch nicht immer so selbstverständlich für die meisten. Und wir haben jetzt das erste Spiel wahrscheinlich durch. Ich weiß nicht, ob da noch was kommt. Warten wir mal ab. Oh.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma, and I am this school's headmaster.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Easter Egg. Ja, wir speichern. All's well that ends. Das ist das Achievement. Nette Sache. School Mode. This is a What-If Simulation Type Play Mode. Okay.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Holy gefüllte Fisch. Das werde ich mir irgendwann mal angucken. Und wir können auch hier jedes Kapitel uns angucken. Wahrscheinlich kann man ab da immer so eine gewisse Stelle reinspringen. Und wir haben auch noch die Extras, logischerweise. Was ist denn jetzt mit der Artwork Gallery? Können wir da was machen? Aha. Jetzt können wir die ganzen Character Arts uns auch angucken. Die waren vorher nämlich alle nicht freigeschaltet. Jetzt müsste das alles gehen. Aber man muss sie freischalten für Coins. Mal gucken, ob wir alle Movies haben. Man müsste sie eher alle freikaufen. Oh, einer fehlt. Einer fehlt, okay. Ah, Artwork hatten wir gerade, müsste man alle freischalten. Sound. Sound müssten wir eigentlich nahezu alle haben. Jo. Ja, ich gehe davon aus, dass das eins ist, wenn man diesen optionalen Teil macht. Ich gehe davon aus. Was wir aber jetzt nochmal machen. Ihr kennt mich. Jetzt knallen wir mal ein paar Coins rein hier. Was? Warum ist sie jetzt hochgegangen? Moment. 97,2%. Wir müssen wieder 90 reinwerfen. Hoch damit! Schade. Ich werde es aber auf jeden Fall offscreen ein bisschen für mich privat nochmal weiterspielen. So. Ja, auf jeden Fall die Changes speichern. Machen wir mal auf den hier, den wir eigentlich gar nicht brauchen. So. Dann werde ich mal eben kurz das Spiel quittieren. Ihr seht jetzt gerade gar nichts. Das ist nämlich auch gerade gar nicht so schlecht. Mal schnell was nachgucken. Ich kann euch gerade nicht lesen. Okay. Oh, hauaha. Das wird witzig. Der zweite Teil ist noch länger. Ja, der erste Teil wäre 16 Stunden. Ja. Visual Novels sind sehr kreativ und ungewöhnlich. Das auf jeden Fall. Ich muss auf jeden Fall auch noch einen riesigen Dank rauslassen. Shoutouts to the English people that might watch this collection. Especially Ladybuggy, Osiris, Uni, and all the other guys of the community that actually brought me to this game. Because without them, I wouldn't have played this. It's an awesome thing and I have to thank you very much for that. Ich bin noch eben, ich gucke eben kurz noch was nach. Bevor wir dann gleich das nächste machen. Okay. Okay, alles klar. Dann muss ich jetzt nochmal hier die Settings ein bisschen umstellen. Dann seht ihr nämlich gleich, womit es weitergeht. Zumindest gucken wir heute da rein. So. Wie hat euch denn insgesamt jetzt das... Wie gesagt, wenn ihr euch was angucken wollt, die Items, ich habe das jetzt gerade gelesen, Haru, die Items sind dafür da, um zu zeigen, dass du die Charaktere, du kannst mit den Charakteren immer wieder zwischendurch Freundschaften schließen. Und wenn du denen die Items gibst, die sie haben wollen, ist es wirklich einfacher, die Freundschaft mit denen aufzubauen und neue Fähigkeiten zu bekommen. Das ist damit gemeint. So, das haben wir auch. Jetzt muss ich hier noch was reinschreiben, weil das fehlt, glaube ich. Genau, keine Dings. Dann könnt ihr zumindest schon mal sehen, was ich gleich starte. So. Ja, die Leute bei Ladybuggy sind awesome. Wie gesagt, das sind super Leute. Da kann man absolut nichts gegen sagen. Ihr seht jetzt schon, was ich gleich starte. Das heißt nicht, dass ich morgen mit dem Spiel beginne. Wir gucken da heute mal ein bisschen rein. Weil ich möchte schon ein bisschen was herausbekommen. So.